Hey everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Where Is This Going? I'm your host Hunter Miles and this is Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know now but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. We have a solo episode and this is just the intro. This is actually the intro to the intro because I can't stop talking. I I recorded a podcast that I recorded an episode that was pretty heavy and I just didn't know where to put it. So I put it. I'm releasing it like 2 weeks late, but I just did an intro to intro that about the heaviness of it. But now, since I've now introed the two heavy parts of the episode, I wanted to talk a little bit. Um, I didn't know whether to put this at the end or the beginning, so I'm just putting it at the beginning about what my past weekend. Before we get to the episode, to give you an update before go back in time. Um, I just had a great weekend with Full House Comedy, a bunch of great shows. MC two shows, one sold out, one really fucking packed for Brad Williams at Park Theater, which was dope. Getting to meet Brad Williams, obviously, a dream come true. Um, Brad Williams was very funny. JB Ball, very freaking hilarious. Look for him, Ball for President, on Instagram. But JB Ball coming to your town, fucking go to this show. He is an absolute killer. He's filming a special later this year. Um, dude's hilarious. And that was Friday night. Saturday night, I got to MC for Eric Newman. He was headlining over in Muskegon. Eric Newman, also fucking hilarious. Really great at crowd work. He was just most recently on the Jimmy Fallon on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and he has two specials out already. You can check out Nervous Lover. He released that last year. Um, but yeah, super funny dude and a great hang. I was hanging with him and two other dudes from New York. His two features, Sasha and Frank. Um, very hilarious dudes. We went and grabbed some pizza and drinks after the show, and just the whole drive to and from the show was just fun. Uh, yeah, just three dude, three dudes that are just super fun to hang with. Um, all very funny New York guys. Go check them out. Sasha Serbel, Frank Favia, and of course Eric Newman. But yeah, had a great weekend and got some more shows coming up this week that I'm super pumped about, and the rest of the month. Um, but yeah, what else happened this weekend? Um, Shoot, that may be really it. I Let me get my dates out there real quick, just so I don't forget. And also, hey, if you guys don't already know, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the underscore Hunter Miles. And you can follow the podcast on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod. We're trying to be more active, so we'd love for you to interact with us. But here in May, coming up, I have this Wednesday. I'll be with Helen Hong all week. I said this. I'll say it soon again. But Helen Hong at the listening room on Wednesday, May 4. May 5, I'll be with Helen Hong at the Rockford Corner Bar in Rockford, Michigan. And then I'll be at Paris Lounge, of course, every Thursday. And then Friday, May 6th, I'll be at Main Street Pub in Kalamazoo with Demented Peach doing a showcase there. Come out, get your tickets, dementedpeachproductions.com. Super fun show. Um, then Saturday, I'll be back with Helen Hong at Back Alley Comedy Club in Muskegon. Get all your tickets to those shows at fullhousecomedy.com. And then I got a little bit of a break doing some work. I'm trying to get your tickets for the Josh Wolf show. I'm so excited he's coming to town. Once again, fullhousecomedy.com. Josh Wolf is going to be hilarious. But after Josh Wolf, the week after Josh Wolf, is Akash Singh coming to West Michigan, which I couldn't be more excited for. I will be emceeing every single one of his shows, even the one that sold out at Billy's. But you can still get your tickets for that second Saturday show. That's Saturday the 21st at Billy's in Grand Rapids. I'll also be opening for him at Thursday, the 19th, May 19th, at Park Theater in Holland. Get your tickets for that and all the other shows. Friday at Back Alley in Muskegon at fullhousecomedy.com. I can't wait, and I hope to see you guys at all these shows. Follow me on Instagram, _Hunter Miles. And here's the end of the first intro. Get ready for the next.
This episode of Where Is This Going is brought to you by our sponsors at Riptide Tattoos. Riptide Tattoos is located at 102 Walnut Street, Suite B, over in Holland, Michigan. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And with over 25 years of combined experience between the artists at Riptide Tattoo, there's a versatility of styles, and they're always accepting new appointments. So come on in, schedule your appointment for your custom tattoo. It's a very clean and friendly environment. And you can go ahead and visit their website if you don't have time to stop in at riptidetattoos.com. And yeah, go ahead and tell them Hunter sent you. Now we'll get back to the episode.
What's up, everybody? Before we get the episode started, this episode was recorded right after Easter. You'll hear me say it. And I basically recorded it just to touch on the trial. Well, not the trial, the murder, and hopefully what will soon be a trial, the murder of Patrick Lyoya. Um, but yeah, I just didn't know when to put it out. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a shorter episode. It's a solo episode, so I didn't know if anyone would want it at all. But I hope you enjoy the episode. Just listen, share it. If you want to see me live, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram. I'll be doing a lot of shows coming up here soon. I'll be at the Main Street Pub in Kalamazoo this weekend, May 5 in Kalamazoo. It's a Demented Peach production. I'll be posting more about it. Other than that, I'll be with Helen Hong all week. Wednesday at the Listening Room, Thursday in Rockford at the Corner Bar, I believe. And you can also find me Thursday night after that at Parrots Lounge every Thursday. Saturday, I'll be with her at Back Alley. So, yeah, and Harlan Williams is in town this weekend. Get your tickets, fullhousecomedy.com. Other than that, let's start the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. Today in the studio, we have just me, your host, Hunter Miles. You can follow me on Instagram at _Hunter Miles. You can follow me on Twitter at _Hunter Miles. You can also follow the podcast on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod. We're trying to be more active there. Sorry if we're not. But also, if we're not, leave a comment about it. Talk to us. You can send us an email, whereisthisgoingpod@gmail.com. .com. It sounded like I said something else. Hey, how are you? If you'd like to see me perform live, I got some dates coming up here. Obviously, this Thursday, 420, you can find me at Farmhouse Wellness's 420 show, Token Jokes. That's at 7 p.m. free show over at Farmhouse Wellness on Wealthy here in Grand Rapids. Check out their Instagram for that, my Instagram as well. We be posting posters. That's 420. 421, I'll be at Parrots, just like I am every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Parrots Lounge in Holland. Check us out. Show starts at 9:30. Free show. It's an open mic. It's a great time. 422, I will be performing with Dave Jones. He has weekly shows. I believe they're weekly. But yeah, live comedy every Friday night. Laugh and hip hop. Grand Rapids. That's what it's called. Show starts at 9 p.m. Doors open at 8. There's food and drink specials. New comics every week at the Metro in Grand Rapids. You can go ahead and text hashtag. Oh, my bad. I can't read. Hashtag LNHHGR. That's Love and Hip Hop GR to 616-303-1600 for more info. That's hosted by Dave Jones. It's a great time. It just costs $10. If you search Laugh and Hip Hop on Facebook as well, Laugh and Hip Hop Grand Rapids, you'll find the show. We're trying to get Dave Jones over here this week or today to talk to you guys about more of his shows. He's also got a 420 show, the 420 Comedy Festival in Grand Rapids. That is obviously, again, on 420. Their shows are like my show at Farmhouse Wellness is in between their two shows. So they have a 6 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show, 10 comics total. But yeah, smoke friendly comedy show at the Color Room. $50 for VIP tickets. I don't know what regular tickets cost, but Dave Jones will be here to tell you about that shortly. But then next week, 429. Well, no, still this Saturday, the Salsa Parlor is doing their last banquet. One last banquet at the Salsa Parlor. If you guys aren't familiar, the Salsa Parlor boys out in Lansing, very hilarious group of guys. Louis Michael, Trevor Tress, Johnny Mockney, Zach Burkar, Jake Ford. Funny dudes. Um, and super nice and hilarious. Every month they've been throwing showcase comedy. We'll just say comedy shows, but very funny shows, very fun time party wise or whatever. Like it, they got free pizza, free beer. They accept donations. Donations are encouraged, but in no way obligated. But it's just a great time. And so this Saturday is their one last banquet. You go ahead and check them out on Facebook, Salsa Parlor, um, Salsa Parlor Comedy. Let me see. Doesn't quite. Yeah, Salsa Parlor. But, oh, James Couture, too. That's another one. Anyways, the Salsa Parlor boys, there's so many, you kind of forget. It's like Wu Tang. But it's going to be a great time. That's Saturday at 9. Here in Grand Rapids, Sam Comro will be headlining at Billy's Lounge. I believe that show's at 8. Get your tickets for that at fullhousecomedy.com. A lot of great shows coming with Full House Comedy. April 29th, I will be opening, I think I'm emceeing the show for Brad Williams, fullhousecomedy.com. Brad Williams will be at Park Theater April 29th. I believe, two shows, 7 and 9:30. So get your tickets for that at fullhousecomedy.com. Harlan Williams will be coming the week after that to Full House or to Park Theater in Holland, which is friggin' dope. And then he'll be headlining the club at Grand Rapids Comedy Club May 6th and 7th. Once again, get your tickets for that at fullhousecomedy.com. I will be doing some showcases though. May 6th, I have the Main Street Pub showcase with Demented Peach. So in Kalamazoo, I'll be at the Main Street Pub. I believe that show is. Why did it just take me back to 2020, dude? You gotta love a calendar. Um, but I believe that show is at 8, if I'm correct. But you can check it out, dementedpeachproductions.com for all those Demented Peach shows. No, I just keep going past it. That show's at 9, sorry. 9 o'clock, Main Street Pub in Kalamazoo. And then May 19th, Thursday, it's May 19th, Akash Singh is coming to Park Theater in Holland. So, if you're a fan of Flagrant 2, part of the Asshole Army, or you've seen Akash's special on YouTube, Bring Back Apu, or his crowd work special, come on out. It's going to be a great time. Hilarious, dude. That's May 19 at Park Theater, so you can get your tickets to that at fullhousecomedy.com. I will be featuring for Nate Armbruster May 27 and 28 out at the Independent Comedy Club. You can check them out on Instagram at the Independent CC. Um, Shout out to the Independent. They are killing it out there. Great club. I've only gotten a chance to get out there maybe 2 or 3 times um, since the pandemic, but always a great time. They also have their shit show mic on Fridays and Saturdays after the shows. Great time. I've gotten to do it once at Nicholas Tenaglia. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Very hilarious. Always killing it with the shit show as well. Um, but yeah, that's most of May. I know there's some more in there that I'm forgetting, but I'll be posting more dates soon. Sorry for the delay in episode. There was a lot going on this past week. Easter was yesterday. Hope you had a happy Easter, celebrating Passover, whatever have you. Hope it was a good one. I went to church. After church, we all went over to my mom and my grandma's house, my nana, and had some fun with the kids. You know, the Easter baskets, and then uh, dinner or whatever meal is being served at 3 p.m. somewhere between lunch and dinner. Dunch, dinner. I don't. But we did that thing, and I, while we were waiting for more cousins to get to the function, I passed out. I don't know if it was the ham or the weed, but after eating, it was a second and a half plate. I had 2.5 plates. After that second or that half plate full, I was pretty full of ham, and that was because I had partaken in the weeds. So that's maybe a little bit of column A, maybe a little bit of column B, but I was tired. I hadn't passed out like that. I felt like an old man because I woke up to my sister just pouring water in my mouth. I woke up to it like dribbled on my beard, but I can only assume that she had enough time to get some in my mouth. That sounds bad, but yeah, Easter was cool. I almost called it Thanksgiving just because of the food. Um, yeah, then the kids did the. I was still sleepy, but the kids did the Easter egg hunt. Everyone had a good time. There was a lot less eggs this year just because we have so many more kids. But it was a fun time. My kid had fun. All the kids seemed to have a good day and enjoy their time, and it wasn't too much of a hassle. There wasn't a ton of arguing and all that BS that comes with kids having fun with their cousins. No, it was a good time. Um, but I don't know. I had a decent weekend. You know, I I'm trying to decide when I want to talk about it or not. Now's as good a time as any. I if you live in Grand Rapids, around Grand Rapids, or even in or around the state of Michigan, you might have heard about the another uh, police officer involved fatal shooting. I'll give you a hint: the cop wasn't shot. Uh, Another unarmed black man shot in the back of the head, execution style, by the police. This man's name is Patrick Lyoya. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but uh, the reason it's being brought up now and why it's even in the public's eye at all is because now there's just last Wednesday we had the video released to the public, um, which I'm not gonna play for obvious reasons, but Uh, yeah, it describes basically exactly what I said. Um, a persistent issue in the policing in this country, but a man being pulled over for his plates not aligning with the car, and the situation does escalate from that. Not in altercation, but in seeming misunderstanding, and then fleeing. Patrick is trying to run away from the scene. In no way has he been violent at all. And the cop trying to subdue him, as his job, is tackles him. Um, and so there's a struggle. There's a resistance of arrest. There was a resistance and arrest, and that's the extent of the charges at that point. Basically, it's the extent of the offenses. None of them aggressive. And then with a knee on Patrick's back and his gun pointed at his head, the back of his head, like I said, execution style. The police officer, murderer, Chris Skur, uh, shot Patrick in the back of the head and gave him a death sentence for resisting, for fleeing, for nothing punishable by death, nor does that officer, whatever, that cop have the responsibility, duty, or right to try him, as a judge. Like, he took the role of judge, jury, and executioner, that old cliche. But every time this happens, every time it seems that there's somehow still people justifying it. That's why Facebook and social media, any social media you're watching, it's a tough place to be when these tragedies strike, because somehow inevitably they will again. Tis the pattern of our country. It seems somehow annually we have one of these issues. And in case you need a strategy plan, I say stay off of social media. just because it's just fueled with stupid arguments. Stupid. And it shows you again who the true color of some people you thought you may have known, but the amount of people who just have that bullshit. If you would just listen to the cops and obey the officers, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. As if disobeying orders has ever been reason to be shot in the head or anything. You know, it's it's not even an argument. It's not a valid argument. Just if you just do what the cops said, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. All right, so how much longer are we going to give cops the power to just take us out if hey, we just weren't listening to the authorities. They had to shoot us. What? That doesn't use your own logic. He posed no threat, then people will bring up his past charges. Like he has a criminal record. Like, yeah. And now show me which one of those charges got him the death penalty. Were any of those even punishable by death? Oh, in the state of Michigan, definitely not. So I don't. That doesn't add up, and it'll do nothing but anger you more and more as the situation persists. When you just see these dumb arguments, so I say stay off of social media personally, unless it's to promote a fundraiser or a charity, a benefit for the Lyoya family. I know uh, Pyramid Scheme next Thursday on the 28th. They are doing a fundraiser for the family of Patrick Lyoya. They are, once again, sorry if I'm butchering the last name, but I will do my best to say his name. Um, but Pyramid Scheme from 4 p.m. to closing time at 2 a.m. They will be donating a third of um, all of their sales to Patrick Lyoya's family. Again, that's April 28th from 4 p.m. I think is when they open. Yeah, but 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. All of those 30% of all those sales will be going to the Lyoya family, which is a great benefit to see. We've seen a ton of fundraisers and benefits pop up in support of the family, and it's the very least we can do whenever this happens, because what what is being done to change it? Does it? It seems nothing. It's a persistent problem here in the policing of America, and nothing tells me it's going to change. I don't know how we change it personally. I think it has to start with the police community, not the back the blue fucks, but the police community itself listening to the communities they serve in. And let's face it, listening to the black community, because it I don't know the numbers, but it does seem to be an overwhelming amount of black and brown people, and mostly black. But man, I tell you, the Kanye stands and those back the blue bootlickers, that those are impressive fan bases. I didn't think anyone could could rival Kanye stands, but as it turns out, back the blue does somehow every time they find a way to justify this. It's some kind of mental gymnastics that both both fan groups are capable of that I have no idea how you can achieve really, but oof, rough. So that was Wednesday. The video was released to the public on Wednesday. There was protests that night, that evening. I believe again on Friday and Saturday. My weekend was all right. I had my first club feature weekend with Rob Little. Rob Little was at the Grand Rapids Comedy Club in Grand Rapids above Creston Brewery in the Golden Age Event Center. Yeah, there's like four names to the one venue, but don't think about it too much. But yeah, I did about 20 to 25 minutes each show. Did one show in Rockford on Thursday before I scooted my butt over to Parrots. And then had a great show at Parrots. But then Friday and Saturday, two shows each night, 7 to 9:30. That's how the club's show schedule works. So if there's a show at the club, just know there's one at 7, there's one at 9:30. So I did four shows at the club. Uh, had a good time. It was a pretty good time. The early shows were definitely the most fun. I forgot to record one set, but not that I forgot. I was just hurried to the stage. But the second shows were pretty fun. They were definitely drunk, a little bit looser, but they were still good times. The first show, I like on the first late show, so Friday night late show, like just super talkative, just these drunk people, super talkative, and I don't know if I was like more confident in myself or I was just looser, but there was a group of like six people sitting in the corner, and two women in the middle, two white women in the middle, were just talking for like a good 3 to 5 minutes, like through the whole beginning of my set. Uh, and I didn't know how to combat it without just being like, hey, shut up. So I didn't.
This episode of Where Is This Going is also brought to you by Off the Grid, House of the Vintage and Handcrafted and created in secret. You guys know Bruce and Alex from Off the Grid over at 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114 here in Holland, between Buffalo Wild Wings and Wild Chef. Alex and Bruce have been on the show a few times. Great dudes, and they have everything you need over there to get exactly that off the grid. Whether it's a new hat, thank you, Bruce, or just a whole new outfit. Bruce is there to curate a new style for you or cater to whatever style you're already set in. Um, and Alex has got it all set up in the glass shop for everything you need from bongs to bowls, and a lot of like custom pieces you won't be able to find anywhere. And there's so much more than that, but you guys can go ahead and stop down there. Tell them I sent you. That's 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114, right between Buffalo Wild Wings and Wild Chef. They're open Monday through Sunday now, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, they're open from noon to 5 p.m. So go ahead, check them out. Follow them on Facebook, Off the Grid. That's Off the Grid is spelled GR1 and then two D's on Facebook. Go ahead and visit them online, their website, offthegrid.com. Follow them on Instagram, again, at Off the Grid, but grid is spelled GR1 DD. Go ahead, say what up to Alex, Bruce, and Justin. Tell them I sent you.
I didn't combat it. I moved on to my joke about my mom being a black white woman. and then I compared them to a black white people or white people acting black. It's just because they were talking during a live performance, and it was annoying. And yeah, I had fun with it. I thought it was funny in the moment, and it was a good time for me. I made the best of it. The second show, Saturday night, the second show, uh, also pretty talkative. And at one point, one guy just goes, "That's not even funny." Like he was surprised. He was shocked that I wasn't funny, which I disagreed with him. It was just one joke that he didn't find funny, but the fact that he would just what? That's not even funny. It was weird to hear. And then I accused his 13-year-old daughter of smoking crack, and I think we all recovered well, I'd say. But yeah, I don't know. That's been my weekend. Uh, Sorry, the episode was so late, and it probably is not going to be that long. I ain't much going on for me, and I don't know. I kind of want to wait, and I got some. What do I got here? I got some BS stuff, the current event BS and stuff like that to get into, but I'd rather do that with a friend here, an artist to introduce you guys to. Um, if you have any artists that you would like to see featured here on the podcast, uh, please send us an email. Where is this going? Pod at gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram. Where is this going? At where is this going pod, or Twitter at where is this go po. You can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the underscore Hunter Miles. Um, if you guys got any feedback for the show or anything, please drop in to some kind of inbox. Um, Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, if that's your medium, if that's what you listen through. Um, Subscribe, like us, comment on all the Facebook stuff or Facebook, all the YouTube stuff. Just comment on it. Um, but yeah, I thank you guys for listening. If you are, thank you for watching. If you do, tell your friends, share it with all of them. Even if you don't watch it, just share it. Couldn't do this without you guys, and of course our sponsors. You know who you are. Riptide Tattoos and Off the Grid, and of course Anchor, the audio sponsor. But I really appreciate you guys. Um, Thanks. We'll see you soon. Bye.